Welcome to the Allied Angle Client Voices Edition. I'm Amber Guthrie with Allied Solutions. Gen Z isn't the future, member, they're here right now. And today we're looking at how credit unions are converting new members, especially Gen Z, into lifelong relationships. This generation expects speed, access, and guidance, intuitive mobile experiences, face-to-face support when they need it, and education that builds real financial confidence. Joining me today are Brian Best, President and CEO of GTE Financial, Mike Wilson, President and CEO of Members First Federal Credit Union, and Robin Larson, President and CEO of Cobalt Credit Union. Together, they'll share how they're meeting members where they are, creating seamless digital and human touchpoints, and turning first accounts into lasting relationships. Gen Z is no longer the future member. They are here right now, and they expect something very different from their financial institutions. What are you seeing that's actually converting Gen Z into members and keeping them?
What we're seeing is that there has to be a very pinpointed strategy in order to make sure that your products are relevant in order to capture them. What we do is we bring in interns and of that age, and we ask them, what do you want? And then through that internship program, they build those products, build the relevancy. And then that fits so much better for that generation, because then it's not someone like me or someone else thinking what they want. It's actually what they want, and they build it.
So have you seen big changes since implementing that strategy?
Yeah, gosh, we've done that for a little over 10 years now. Okay. And as times change, a lot of times you'd understand it, you can see it. And then there's other times where you don't. And what's nice is that they bring in an incredible element of relevancy and also timeliness. I mean, timeliness is half the battle trying to get speed to market, especially when it's coming to something that you don't know about, right? You think you do, but you really don't. So you have to kind of level set that and bring in the folks that do, and then kind of follow their lead to make sure that it's the right size and the right fit for what you're trying to accomplish.
Has anything surprised you out of having these interns?
I'm very pleasantly surprised to watch how passionate they are in order to develop solutions, come up with real-time approaches on how to solve something, that they're facing. It's a good thing to see. It kind of strikes down the stereotypes, and at the same time provides a little bit more brightness for the future.
It's important that you have the digital technology. My kids have never been in a branch only to see me. It's important that you have at their fingertips the capability to do mobile banking. We have mobile apps where people can call us and we can see their face. They can see us through the mobile app. Mm-hmm. Chat, that's big. Text apps that we have embedded in our home banking product. We have to be at their fingertips. It's ease of technology and really being there. And also having that education piece. We do try to get out in the community and educate the students in our field of membership, because it's important that they know how to save.
So making it easy, and then also meeting them where they are.
Yep.
Do you see, because you said you can through mobile, they can talk face to face, there's chat. Do you see one of those that they use more than the others?
Our digital since pre-COVID to now has increased 450%.
Wow.
So when we had to force people to go digital, that really helped. Yeah. But now with the new home banking system that we have, it has really launched and it is just skyrocketing. We certainly still have members that need a branch to come in. They like our service provided. We'll always have that. The branch is not dead, but it's important that you're there and you offer the products and services for all generations, actually.
First of all, we're a heavy branch-based institution. We have 61 branches. We study the transaction data relentlessly. Mm-hmm. And so, you hear a lot of rhetoric about branches are going away, everything's going mobile device. I totally disagree, and the data doesn't lie about that. Mm-hmm. We do find that our Gen Z members, they want to build relationships. They research heavily. They ask phenomenal questions, and quite frankly, they question everything. Mm-hmm. So I think that there has been a lot in the digital space, just with, whether it's false narratives or considering news sources. I think they're very smart about knowing what and when to question things.
Well, they grew up in a time too where digital fraud, everything, can happen so easily that I think they do like that physical, they like paper. They like to be able to physically go in someplace. It just feels safer for them.
Sure. And it's, more personalized and relationship based. And that's, focus groups that we conduct with them would confirm that as well.
How are you refining your acquisition and onboarding strategy to build long-term relationships and deeper share of wallet and not just attract rate chasers?
We offer our loyalty discounts. So the more products and services a member has, the more discounts they could get on loans or deposits or increase on deposit rates. It's a world of where people have a rewards card where they earn points. And we are going live with a program here in a couple months that's going to really tie that all together, where our member can earn more points with the more products they have. They can turn that into purchasing things at, like, I think there's over 1 million merchants. It's kind of a savings program, but also to encourage them to use Cobalt Credit Union as their primary financial institution.
That comes back to what delivery channel is bringing your members in and how are you onboarding them through that delivery channel. So the one-size-all approach doesn't really fit everybody, and I think you find that. And so if you build an onboarding platform for each of your delivery channels, you probably find more success with that.
So we have incredible membership advocacy groups where they come in 3 times a year, talk a little bit about their own challenges. Through those those activities, we're able to really really develop some solutions that make sense, right? There's a sea of sameness out there, and you can't do that. It's not a one approach fits all. You have to really figure out some ways where you can cater your approach to fit a solution for your membership. And if you don't bring them into the fold and ask them, then you're not going to get there. And so that's how we engage. That's how we kind of slow down the attrition to make sure, again, that relevancy is really big. It's so important, but a lot of people don't take that extra step to do that, right? Because they're afraid that someone's going to come in and say, oh, I don't like that product. And so, but you have to remember, it's not about you, right? It's not about me. It's bigger than all of us. So if you can really develop solutions for the folks that you serve, and they're part of that process, then you take the sales out of the sales equation, and now all of a sudden you have products that just make sense.
Are you investing in any specific wellness or education programs to support younger or underserved members?
We actually took our financial literacy curriculum and we adapted it to certified state standards so we can go into any classroom. So the schools love that. But we also do it for adults after school.
Nice.
And we also do it for a number of military families. So while active duty soldier is on deployment, a lot of times, someone is left trying to run the household without communication or even understanding or skill sets on how to do this. And that has really been helpful in trying to educate people. And we've done the same on fraud as well. Fraudsters are always innovating and evolving, and especially as it becomes more and more technical, being able to educate our membership base of all 5 generations has been tremendously helpful.
We are a low-income designated credit union. That really has put us on a map to help everybody in our community. We do go into all the school districts. And we have funded a lot because we know the grant and funding has decreased. We have really increased that giving to the communities. It's really rewarding for us to go into schools. I just had a group of people that had not had any credit score, and they just graduated from a program, and we funded their accounts, and we're going to follow them through their life events.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we funded accounts. They had to go through the program for $100. And then at the graduation last week, we surprised them with another $50. So the rule is they have to save it. And if you go through the program, by the end of it, that you will have $1,500 in your account. And it's to help them establish credit. So for that group of members and for all members, we have to look at if a member has no credit score, we have to give them a chance to establish credit. So it's important that we look at that to serve all generations.
We have lending products to depository products to ensure that they're not gouging, those specific membership groups, because it's really tough. I come from that background as well. A lot of times people just see a normal checking account or some type of depository product where everyone thinks it's fine. But the issue is that their normal day struggles is not the same as ours. And so we will develop products just within those groups to make sure that it gives them a leg up, because without that, they're already on an uphill battle. It's tough for them. So can you provide more money back into their wallet, not be taxing to them, but yet help them support what they're trying to accomplish?
And I'm sure that just really helps with building the trust too with your organization.
It is, and it's also fulfilling because you have to remember who you serve. And so these folks are working incredibly hard, and they deserve just as much attention as anyone else.
Are consumers really looking for a relationship, or are they looking for rates and or convenience?
I think both. I think there's a segment of people where they understand what they're trying to accomplish, and they also understand the help that they need from a financial institution. And then there are some that are very savvy, and they're just looking to plug and play a product in order their overall scheme of maybe retirement or investing. But you can't discount one over the other. I think both worlds are important, especially when it comes to ensuring that you're meeting their needs. But I think they both play an important role. But at the same time, I'd rather go after the relationship because, they get to see what we're about. And at the same time, we can help them.
It's really about the relationships. Once you build that relationship, you've created that memory, that goosebump feeling for that member. I have had members that have come in, they thought they never would be able to own a home. They've rented all their lives. And we were able to turn that around and turn them into a homeowner. And those are the goosebump stories that credit unions need to brag about. Mm-hmm. The first car someone gets when a member comes in and they're like, I want to show you my car. And it's just a very rewarding feeling how you are helping that member. It's an experience they'll never forget.
There are two different answers to your question because it's what moment in time is something impacting that consumer. If they're looking for a short-term investment for a return on their deposits, they may simply be looking for moment in time CD. They could care less about a relationship. If they're at a car dealership and they just want the best rate and to leave that dealership with the vehicle, that's very transactional and it is what it is. However, if somebody has a major project and they need to know what is the best way to fund that project and what is the most responsible way at the best rate, then they're probably going to have a conversation with you. And so it's really just a matter of meeting the member where they are and making sure that they have the right tools and the right resources to make informed decisions.
Are there ways that Allied is helping or could help you reach emerging segments like Gen Z or underserved communities more effectively?
Cobalt and Allied have a good relationship where we share and we care. And the more information they can provide us as their client and us as their customer, I think it's very good that we have that relationship where we can do those things. Bad things happen to good people, and we always have to look outside the box. So having Allied be out there in the industry and help me as the CEO of the credit union has really paid off because they provide information on what's going on in the industry.
They're always so innovative, with new products they're researching, new investments, companies they're buying and making better.
And if there's something that you could pick that you want Allied to focus on to create, what would it be?
Probably vetting vendors in the AI space. So AI is going to impact, not just from an underwriting perspective, but just across the entire spectrum. So every system we use is going to be implemented in some capacity. Every product, it's just the future of the industry, right? When things are more on the cutting edge, that's sometimes where people that maybe don't have the best practices start to get involved and people get taken advantage of. Mm-hmm. This is exactly why Allied is our trusted partner on vetting our vendor relationships.
They put incredible amount of resources into the future to understand what they need to do in order to just to help a credit union be more relevant inside the credit union movement. There's not a lot of vendors that do that. So it takes a lot of R&D, a lot of investing, a lot of capital in order to ensure that there's always solutions that comes up. And I will tell you that the Allied Group is always there one step ahead, and they always are making sure that the products fit and they make sense. And also at the same time that they take a lot of that expense away from the credit unions in order for their R&D and their development. And so it really comes down to really neat plug and play products, even regardless of the generational pieces, but they understand exactly some of the holes that we need to fill. And they're not afraid to take the steps and put the money and the resources ahead of time to say, let's develop that for them because we know that's going to be a big factor in the years to come.
So the proactive partner.
Absolutely, 100%.